Welcome to Grammar 5T, the very last book in level 5 of grammar. So, in this book, we are going to be doing a lot of review. A lot of it will look very familiar to what you've already been doing in the past 3 or 4 books. So, let's just jump right into it. Of course, this whole level has been emphasizing phrases. So, although we do not give an explanation page, don't forget about this guy that we've been looking over in the past few books. We are covering all of the phrases that you've learned in this level and the previous level. Prepositional phrases, verbal phrases, which include infinitive, participial, and gerund, and of course, appositive phrases. Each of them do something a little different, and one of them, the appositives, don't really do anything in general. They just rename the noun or pronoun. So make sure you remember gerunds act like nouns, participles like adjectives, infinitives could be nouns, adjectives, or adverbs, and prepositional phrases can act as adverbs or adjectives. And of course, these phrases can be combined. So make sure you're focusing on what is being described by what. And once again, like I said, we're going to be doing some activities that you've already been working on. So make sure you're paying attention to what is being asked of you. What's the bolded phrase or word? And then, of course, we're going to be continuing with phrases, verbs, and writing, and making sure we're analyzing the best way to combine sentences, to rewrite sentences, to just make a more concise, cohesive sentence, and just take your time through that. As for sentence diagramming, as we have done with all of the previous review booklets, we'll first be working on identifying the functions of speech of a diagram and then diagramming a sentence with that. So we're going to do a quick one together. Here we have a diagram and we need to fill in the functions of speech. So of course we want to start with our base, our main idea of the sentence, which always starts with the subject and followed by a verb. And then since we have a short little line that stops at the base and it's completely vertical, we have a direct object. And then of course we have modifiers coming off of that. So the modifiers coming off of the subject are going to be adjectives. Of course, we don't know right now if this is an infinitive phrase, if we have a prepositional phrase with an infinitive phrase in it, but overall we know that that phrase is going to act as an adjective because it's describing the subject. And then of course we have a modifier coming off of the direct object, also an adjective, because a direct object is going to be a noun or pronoun. So now we have our functions of speech and we can go ahead and fill out with a sentence that's provided for us. So let's look at the sentence first. We have the class to attend would cover applied physics. So first I want to find my subject and verb. It's going to be class as my subject and would cover as my verb phrase. And then we know we have a direct object. What's going to be covered? The physics. Physics is the direct object. And then we have a couple of verbals in here. So the first one is an infinitive phrase, to attend, and it's modifying the class. And then applied physics is going to be our other verbal. So I'm going to circle and draw that arrow and just pop that diagram right in. And so now we can just start filling it out. So we have our subject and our verb phrase, and then our direct object. Once again, our main idea of this sentence, class would cover physics, and everything else is just giving us a little bit more information about each of the things. So the class to attend would cover applied physics, and that's how you would diagram that sentence. So pretty straightforward. Just remember what's going on in the sentences, how whole phrases act as one unit, either modifying or functioning as something. If you have any questions about this or anything else pertaining to grammar, please contact the person who grades your grammar at your Gideon Center.